If I lost everything, which would be the worst, that means no guitars, no amps, and no pedals. Here are the 5 things I would buy first to rebuild my setup as a guitar YouTuber and independent artist releasing music. And this is not a dream rig. This is a get the job done rig. So let's go. All right, number 1 on the list, of course, is a guitar. Now, if I had to buy a guitar all over again, which one would I get? Well, I would actually go in about $1,000 range used. And for that, I would go either with my tried and true Gibson Les Paul Studio. This thing is a beast. These are available all over the used market on Marketplace, Reverb, Craigslist. I'm seeing them for, I don't know, about $1,000 US, maybe a little bit more for Canadian here in Canada, but I love the Gibson Les Paul Studio. This one I've owned, I think going on 18 years. I've done a lot of stuff to it, but I just love Les Pauls and I'm a Les Paul guy. So this would be choice number 1. Option number 2 is a Fender Starcaster. Now, I would choose this guitar. This is actually a reissue, a 2016 reissue, Fender, made in China. I have a video about this guitar. Actually, I have a video about that Les Paul as well. I'll link it down in the descriptions below. But the Starcaster, in my opinion, has so many tone options. It can go from Fender-like tones all the way to Les Paul territory with these humbuckers. I don't know how it does it, and it's a solid, or it's a semi-hollow, so it's got that semi-hollow thing, and it looks super badass. Now, currently, these ones are no longer in production, but there are the Squire versions. There's 3 different versions. I think they go for like 500 bucks or so, and they also is the Tom DeLonge Fender model, which I would lean towards if I had to get something brand new. So my decision for guitars is one of these 2. And if I had to choose one that's the most versatile, the best looking, and the thing that I would play the most, I'm gonna have to go with the Fender Starcaster. If you've been following me along in my channel, then you know I really love this guitar and I've played it the most on this channel. So gear number 1 that we're gonna get, a guitar, we're going with the Fender Starcaster. The number 2 piece of gear I'm gonna get next is an amp, and for that, I'm gonna go with the Vox AC15. By the way, I'm in my garage, not my usual setting. My studio is upstairs, and I didn't wanna bring the Vox AC15 down for the video, but I'll have lots of B-roll. Why am I choosing the Vox AC15? Well, I love this amp. I love how it sounds. I love how it takes pedals so well. I love how small it is, but it can also be loud enough for you to play a gig at your local bar. It's great for recording, cuts through the mix so well. It takes pedals so well, and with the right overdrive and gain pedals, it just gets gnarly and beefy and huge. And yeah, this thing is just so versatile. I love it. It's my go-to. So for amp, we're gonna go with the Vox AC15. Gear number 3 on my list is none other than this pedal right here, the HX Stomp. Now I've had this pedal for about 3.5 years or so, and it has been my workhorse. It lives on my pedal board, which lives 99% of the time on my desk. I have a video about that pedal board, particularly what this does on that board. I will link it down in the descriptions below. This pedal does everything. It has amazing amp sounds. The ones I use are the Vox AC30, which obviously I'm a Vox guy. It also does a really, really great Plexi amp, and the Friedman are awesome. Those are amps I use all over this channel. If you're seeing me demo any pedals or any guitars, it is those amp models. It could be an interface. It has beautiful effects. I love the delay on this thing. I use the dotted eighth delay a lot, analog delays, and sometimes I'll do modulation as well. This thing can do it all. I can't say enough about this pedal. Also a note about the HX Stomp. With the imminent release of the Helix Stadium and Stadium XL, apparently these ones are gonna go down in price, and so you can't go wrong with that. And I think Line 6 is gonna keep updating this firmware for a bit, so we're good for the next little while. And man, I'm excited for the new Helix stuff to come out, but I'm just so happy with this pedal that, I don't know, I'm okay to just rock this pedal for the next few years. So, and one more thing about this pedal is it can be an interface, and it's just beautiful for recording. It kind of gives me the old school Line 6 bean pod vibes, because it's just so easy. You can sit on a desk, but it's in a pedal platform. Yeah, this thing, MVP in my studio, Line 6 HX Stomp. All right, number 4 on the list, something I literally use every single day, is the EP booster from Exotic Effects. This is actually my second EP booster. I had one for about 10 years and it died, and I had to get a second one. I have a video about this as well. I'll link it down in the descriptions below. What is this pedal? Well, besides being a boost, essentially what this is the preamp of the old school Echoplexes, which were made famous by Van Halen, Jimmy Page. Those were actually delay units or echo units. But when you turn down the delay, the preamp of it just gives your amp sparkle body width. This thing just has like a special sauce to your tone. I love this so much on my Vox AC15 because it takes the Vox AC15 chime and it just dials it to like a 10 or 11. I don't want to say it does Marshall-like tones, but what it does is it takes that Vox AC15 crunch and just really takes it up to the next level, makes it beefy and huge. This could be an always on pedal and it's super simple. I love just the one knob. So number 4 on my list that I can't live without and I would have to rebuy is the EP booster. Last and not the least, number 5 on the list is an acoustic guitar. This is just great to have kicking around in the studio if you want to work out a part or if you want to record something cool. Acoustic is the way to go. Now, just yesterday, or up until yesterday, I was rocking a Seagull Entourage 6. This is a Canadian-made guitar. I call it the poor man's J45. Really affordable guitar, solid sprues, fantastic guitar. I had that guitar for 10 years. But just yesterday, well, the last few months, I've been feeling like I've needed to upgrade my acoustic guitar. And so I went into my local Long & McQuaid and I traded it in and I got myself this Martin X Series something, Dreadnought guitar. Yeah, but any acoustic guitar I think that plays well, that records well, I would take. This Martin, when I played it, I'm not a huge acoustic guitar guy, But when I played this guitar at the store, I was like, oh, I get it. And this isn't even like obviously the high-end Martins. This is one of the cheaper Martins, but this guitar has a vibe, has a sound that I just was so in love with when I first played it. It sounds rich, it sounds full, and then when I got it home and I was just playing it last night, it just sounded phenomenal. Yeah, number 5 on the list, I'm gonna go with the Martin X Series guitar. I think these go for about, I don't know, 850 bucks or 1,000 bucks or something like that. So, you know, obviously it's a Martin, it's gonna be expensive. For a Martin, that would be like their cheaper Martin guitars. But for me, obviously 1,000 bucks is still quite a bit of money, and I'm sure for you as well. So, but this thing is cool, it's great, it sounds fantastic. It's got built-in electronics, so you could play this at a gig for sure. And it just records super well. So number 5 on the list for rebuilding my rig is the Martin X Series Acoustic. And that's it. Those are my 5 pieces of gear I would buy first if I lost everything. Hopefully that does not happen, but if it does, those are the pieces of gear I would go with. Now I wanna know, what 5 pieces of gear would you get if you lost everything and you had to do it quick and somewhat on a budget? If you like this video, then you might like a video about me spending $40,000 in gear. I will link it right here. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.